Hi there, my name is Vijay Ganapati, and in this demo, I will zoom in on the technical and product aspects of how MuleSoft helps organizations to streamline and unify B2B order management. First up, we are thrilled to announce the launch of MuleSoft's new accelerator for Salesforce OMS, powered by Anypoint Partner Manager, enabling unified management of all B2B orders across digital channels. The accelerator provides pre-built EDI mapping templates, process and system API templates, and other technical assets to integrate all B2B order information straight into Salesforce OMS. In addition to order capture, the accelerator also enables seamless integration of Salesforce OMS with your ERPs like SAP S/4HANA for faster and more efficient order fulfillment across the full lifecycle. Order information across channels being available within the Salesforce Customer 360 platform means organizations can provide consistent service to all customer segments. Let's take a look at a quick sneak peek preview of how a fictional manufacturing company, Mythical Supplies, can benefit from the solution. Mythical leverages Salesforce OMS as the central order management and Slack as an internal collaboration platform. When one of their B2B customers, Orange Tree, sends in an EDI X12 850 purchase order transaction, the accelerator workflow instantaneously creates an order summary record in Salesforce OMS. And when the order status changes to allocated, when the inventory availability is confirmed, an EDI 855 purchase order acknowledgement transaction is automatically generated and sent back to Orange Tree. And as the shipment and invoice records get generated, as the order is being fulfilled, the EDI 856 advance ship notice and the EDI 810 invoice transactions are generated and sent to Orange Tree in a timely manner. And lastly, when Orange Tree sends back the 820 EDI payment remittance advice transaction, the order summary is instantaneously updated with the payment summary record, and the order eventually goes to a close status, completing its lifecycle. The pre-built EDI mapping templates and the API orchestration templates included as part of the accelerator enables a rapid deployment of the entire workflow with very minimal configurations. While EDI still remains as the largest channel for B2B order intake, there are organizations using other structured data formats like XMLs, JSONs, and CSV to exchange order information. There are also other customer segments that send in purchase orders as PDF or image documents that are manually typed into order management and ERP systems. The unified MuleSoft platform enables native processing of structured business documents directly through Anypoint Partner Manager and unstructured business documents through the AI-powered MuleSoft Intelligent Document Processing Service. And as a result, B2B sellers are able to get a single pane of glass visibility and management control over all their order data, regardless of how they are received from their customers. We will now look at a quick demo of how the MuleSoft Accelerator for Salesforce OMS, MuleSoft IDP, and Anypoint Partner Manager can help to truly unify orders coming from two different customers. One, Orange Tree sending in EDI X12 orders, and the second, Gadgets World, that sends in purchase orders through PDF documents over SFTP transfer protocol. Straight here in Salesforce Order Management Platform, we have configured Orange Tree and Gadgets World as two customer accounts that will transact order information into OMS. On Anypoint Exchange, you'll be able to browse through and download all the assets that are included as part of the Salesforce OMS Accelerator. That includes pre-built EDA templates, API orchestration templates, and other utilities that help to set up both Anypoint platform and Salesforce order management to leverage the accelerator assets to implement an end-to-end order to cash workflow. And inside of Anypoint Partner Manager, we have configured Mythical Supplies, the customer that uses the Anypoint platform and Salesforce order management to unify their order management process. And in the host profile of Mythical Supplies, we have configured their identifiers, the endpoints that are used to interact with external trading partners and with the backend API orchestration services. And we've also defined the message types and message attributes like the order number, invoice number, that are essential to provide a seamless experience for managing B2B order lifecycle. And inside of the partners profile, we have configured Orange Tree, the customer that sends in EDI, X12 purchase order transactions and getting other EDI transactions like the shipment, notice, and invoices. And we've also configured the customer gadgets world that will send in purchase order transactions as PDF files. Inside of Orange Tree's profile, we have configured their identifiers, endpoints, the validation rules to be applied on the transaction that are processed for this customer for inbound documents, and also the validation rules and character set and separator configurations like the segment delimiters and other characters that can be configured on a partner level or in most cases also on a message type level. And for Orange Tree, we have configured and deployed 5 message flows. The first message flow is the 4010-850 purchase order transaction that receives the incoming EDI purchase order from this customer. And then as the order goes through the fulfillment, these message flows for the outbound 855 purchase order acknowledgements, the 856 shipment notice, and the 810 invoice transactions are being sent out to Orange Tree. And lastly, when Orange Tree returns 820 payment remittance transactions, this message flow kicks in to submit the payment record information to Salesforce Order Management. So inside of the 850 purchase order message flow, you have all the routing configuration on how Partner Manager has to process the incoming EDA purchase order transactions, including returning the acknowledgement back to Orange Tree from an EDA syntax check standpoint. Post that, the EDA data is translated into an canonical JSON message, leveraging MuleSoft's powerful data transformation language called DataWeave, which is something that can be built using a graphical drag and drop style mapping from EDI to canonical JSON. And lastly, the translated JSON message is sent to the process API, which further applies all the required business logic and eventually calls the system API to create the order summary record in Salesforce Order Management. All right, so we have all the message flows that are required deployed in this environment, and the Salesforce Order Management organization is also set up to receive and process orders coming from both the customer's Orange Tree and Gadgets World. And let's go and trigger an EDA purchase order transaction from Orange Tree. So this is an EDA purchase order transaction with 4 items of different quantities, and let's go and send it to the endpoint hosted by Anypoint Partner Manager. We got a 202 accepted response back, and you can view the Partner Manager transaction ID showing up in the HTTP response header. We should momentarily see a set of Slack messages coming as the transaction is processed through the end-to-end orchestration implementation. All right, let's go to the Slack channel, and we are seeing that the order ending in 743 from Orange Tree has been received successfully and processed into Salesforce Order Management. And this is a simulated environment where we have configured the allocation and the shipping and the invoicing process to trigger one after the other. And in real implementation, these executions will happen as the order goes through the real fulfillment process with your organization's ERP and warehouse management system. So let's go and click this link, which takes us directly into the order summary record in Salesforce Order Management. And we can see here the 4 items of different quantities that we sent in the EDA transaction. And with the simulation kicking in, we are able to see the invoice transaction associated to this sales order in OMS and the shipment record that is associated. And also we are able to see the order payment summary record as we receive the 820 EDA payment remittance advice transaction back from the customer upon the receipt of the invoice transactions that are sent through Anypoint Partner Manager. So let's go back to Anypoint Partner Manager and navigate into the activity page. So this is where you'll be able to see all the incoming and outgoing transactions. And let's go into the 850 transaction that was received that triggered the entire workflow. We are able to see the PO number and the email address of the buyer, as we have defined those two fields to be extracted whenever we process 4010 850 purchase order transaction. And you're able to see the incoming EDI 850 data payload, the translated canonical JSON message that was sent to the process API. So now let's go ahead and copy this order number and get back. And if you want to search for a particular transaction, you can make use of the custom message attribute based search. So when we search for this particular PO number, we are able to extract and bring in all the transactions associated to that particular PO number, including the 850 orders, the 855 PO acknowledgements, the 856 shipment orders, the 810 invoice, and the payment remittance transaction. So let's go and look at the 810 transaction. The A10 transaction is basically kind of the invoice information that gets sent back once the invoice is created in the backend AR system or in order management system. So here we are extracting a different set of message attributes like the invoice number, the PO number, the order summary information, and other things. So you can define these custom message attributes based on the document type and what information would be more meaningful for your support and operation users to review and be able to search for. So here in this example, we received a JSON invoice transaction back from the order management system with all the invoice and billing information that have been mapped into an X12 810 EDA transaction and sent out to the customer. And they eventually received the invoice transaction and sent the 820 payment remittance transaction. One of the other important features that we wanted to call out as we are looking at these transaction lifecycle is the ability within Anypoint platform to trace transactions in its entire lifecycle end to end. You're able to copy the transmission ID that was generated in Partner Manager and search for that transmission ID in Anypoint Monitoring's centralized log search. And as you do that, and I'm going to reverse sort this, so you're able to actually see the data that was received first by the HTTP endpoint to which the customer orange tree sent this transaction into, and then it goes through a bunch of different message transformation routing steps within Partner Manager boundaries, and then the message is eventually sent out to the process API, and then the process API further enriches the data, and then it gets sent downstream to the system API to eventually create the order in Salesforce Order Management. So you're able to leverage the broader Anypoint monitoring capabilities to trace transactions from start to finish. All right, so that covers our first use case of receiving EDI X12 order transactions from our first customer orange tree. And we're going to now shift gears into looking at how we are able to process the PDF purchase orders coming from Gadgets World, leveraging MuleSoft IDP, and then leverage all the assets that we have provided from the Salesforce OMS Accelerator, including the partner manager templates, the process system API templates, to leverage those assets to also process the purchase orders received through PDF documents. All right, so before we get into the technical aspects, so here is the purchase order document from Gadgets World that we are going to use for our demonstrations. As you can see here, it has a PO number, it has a PO date and a due date, the ship to, bill to locations, and 4 items of different quantities. So this is the document that we are going to be using. All right, so in MuleSoft's Intelligent Document Processing Service, or IDP, you are able to create what we call as document action. So the product comes pre-built with invoice and purchase order templates, and you can also create generic document actions. So for this demonstration, we have created a purchase order document action using the pre-built templates that we have customized based on our needs. So this is the PO action, document action that we are using for this demonstration. So the document action is something that you can create and publish as an API asset into Anypoint Exchange directly. So if I go and edit this document action, you can submit your PDF document here and get it extracted. But to implement a true end-to-end automation, you want to be able to consume these as API actions that you can call in from your MuleSoft applications or Salesforce Flow or other places. So here in this example, we have kind of defined this document action that is going to produce a lot of different fields as the PDF document goes through for extraction, and it also kind of returns the line item table information as an array as the document is submitted for extraction. And what we have done is like as this document action has been already published into Anypoint Exchange, you can document your specification for anybody that wants to read and understand what this document action does. And the published specification also has information like how you can call these API endpoints and what kind of authentication and authorization methods that you can use. So it comes with a nice little documentation and instructions on how you can call these document actions from your MuleSoft applications. And here in MuleSoft's Anypoint Studio Web, we have built a simple Mule application that reads the PDF file from an SFTP location and extracts that information, and then it calls the IDP's document action to submit that PDF document content for extraction into a predefined JSON data format. And as the document extraction is complete, so we are getting the result from IDP, and eventually that extracted JSON data is sent to Partner Manager's HTTP endpoint for further enrichment of that data, and eventually sending it straight into Salesforce order management, just like how the EDI 850 transaction from Orange Tree was processed into order management. And in Partner Manager, we have defined a message type to accept the purchase order JSON message that IDP produces as the PDF document goes through the extraction process. And as this JSON message that was extracted out of IDP comes into Partner Manager through the HTTP call from the Mule application, we have defined to extract some of the important data fields like the PO number, the delivery city, the execution ID in IDP if you want to kind of map back to what happened in IDP and correlate for any troubleshooting purposes. So you're able to extract a lot of those information and be able to search for those specific data fields as needed. And we have this message flow from Gadgets World is deployed to receive the IDP extracted JSON information out of that PDF document coming in through a HTTP call. So this is the endpoint to which the Mule application posts the extracted JSON information into. And then as this message makes its way into this into the Partner Manager message flow processing framework, we apply additional data transformation to enrich the data and convert it into the same canonical JSON message to which the EDI 850 document from Orange Tree was translated into. So it basically a simple data view transformation. So if you want to add any additional information, like for example, the date field coming from IDP may not be in the same format in which the Salesforce order management expects the dates to be presented in. So you're able to do additional data enrichment. And if you want to add additional things like your line number, any other values, you're able to actually perform those types of enrichment on top of the JSON message that MuleSoft IDP provided. So eventually this translated data is sent to the same process API to which the EDI translated JSON message was sent, so that all the order data, regardless of whether it's EDI, XML, JSON, or CSV, or even PDF, they're all sent through the same unified backend API orchestration template for consistent experience. So now this message flow is also deployed, and we are ready to process this data. All right, so let's go and drop this PDF purchase order ending in 821 in the SFTP location that the Mule application is listening into. So let's drag and drop this. And the Mule application is deployed and running on CloudUp environment, and we'll see the logs of this application showing the PDF purchase order document being picked up and sent to MuleSoft IDP for extraction in a moment. All right, we are seeing that this PDF file was picked up and it has been submitted for extraction. And this is the execution ID at MuleSoft IDP. And it's going to take a few seconds for this extraction to be complete for us to get the JSON message. All right, so we got the JSON message. So we submitted a PDF document, and that was successfully translated or extracted into an easily processable JSON message by MuleSoft's IDP, and that JSON message has been sent to Partner Manager, and this is the transmission ID at Partner Manager for the eventual data processing into order management. So let's go to Slack first, and we are able to see that this PDF with this PO number ending in 6821 has been successfully created. So it's pretty similar to what happened for the EDI 850 transaction that came in from Orange Tree. So let's go into Salesforce Order Management, and we've just opened up the order summary for this order from Gadgets World. We are able to see those different products and the different quantities that were sent in the PDF document. They were all captured accurately in the system, and this went through the same simulation process where the shipment invoice records were created and processed, uh, just like how the EDA transaction was handled. And let's go into the Partner Manager activity screen, where we are able to see we have this IDP purchase order transaction from Gadgets World that was received. So this is where we have this message attributes extracted, providing rich visibility and search capabilities on these different fields. And we are able to see the JSON message that came from IDP. So this obviously needed some additional enrichments so that it can be fed through the same API orchestration channel through which all the other EDI and other structured documents go into Salesforce Order Manager. So this is the enriched and further translated JSON message that was sent to the process API, which eventually created this order summary and executed it through the end-to-end fulfillment lifecycle. And that brings us to the end of this demonstration, and thank you so much for watching.